Negotiations are back on between the Writers Guild of America and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, but the two sides are running awfully close against an upcoming deadline. The two groups have until May 1st to come to a new contract agreement, but the WGA has already announced it will conduct a strike authorization vote this Friday. So even as the two sides resume their negotiations, it's unclear if there's enough time to find an agreement that appeals to both the WGA and the studios. Joining John Horn to unpack this complicated issue is Jonathan Handel. He's an entertainment and technology lawyer at TroyGould, as well as a contributing editor at The Hollywood Reporter. Well, it's not clear exactly what they're doing to prepare. Unlike 10 years ago, the Writers Guild didn't telegraph terribly far in advance that this move was potentially coming. In terms of who would see it first, probably the same order as that strike 10 years ago, the late-night shows, which are written on a day-to-day basis, then the soap operas and sitcoms. What you start to get to is the question of whether the fall season will be impaired or delayed or otherwise affected. Because the writing and development for the fall broadcast season starts in relatively early summer. So if a strike goes past roughly mid-June or so, you start to look at the possibility of affecting that season, and that takes money out of the mouths of show runners, the writer-producers who head up these shows. Those showrunners are the ones who ended the 1988 strike, and my understanding from sources is that they played a key role in ending the strike 10 years ago as well. It really felt a little bit like election night, quite frankly. Mike Needle was on one side of the equation a few weeks ago, and it's sort of jiggered its way over to the other side. I mean, you're talking about a $350 million gap between the two sides, so I don't think they're going to bridge that gap this week. And next week you'll see a strike authorization vote and so forth. And that vote ends on the 24th, just a week or less before May 1st. That's enough time for a few more days of negotiation. But I think that will probably produce a last offer from the studios that the writers will turn their backs on. I think we are probably looking at a strike.